Hey everyone, Travis here. Day 2, week 8 of the LCS coverage provided by Toshiba. I'm here with Meteos after what was an exhausting game to watch. I gotta imagine it was an exhausting game to play against Dignitas. Meteos, what happened? Because we were talking just before this. You guys had a bottom and Hib killed, I think, around 22 minutes. Then, like around 50 minutes earlier on, you guys were able to finally take their base. So what really drew out the game for so long?
Well, I don't even know if we were that ahead when we took the inhib. It was kind of a really weird trade where they were pushing mid and we just started pushing bot, and we got them to back down before we backed down. But they actually got more out of that trade because they killed 2 turrets and we were only able to get 1, so we were kind of down in gold from that. And then in the actual fight, I don't remember what happened exactly. The game's kind of hazy. I'm just glad it's over. Yeah. And I think I ulted in and tried flashing on Crumbs to kill him, but he was able to leap out. And then we just got ourselves in a really bad position. They were able to get some pick-off kills while we were escaping. And from then on, we just were really struggling to initiate fights correctly. We had like Renekton, Pantheon, which they're okay at initiating, but they had Annie and Gragas, who are really great at initiating and disengaging. So our team fights were really hard. We had a Kassadin who is nerfed this patch, so he's even worse than before he has items. Before I was able to get the Void Staff, he wasn't really able to kill anyone. So it was just a really tough game. We made a lot of mistakes. I know I played pretty badly. I had like 1 million deaths and not too many kills. I think I got 1 at the very end, but I'm glad we won.
What happened to allow them to get Barons twice? Because it seemed like they got them pretty uncontested even.
They did. On one of them, let's see, the first one, I don't know if we just did Dragon. For some reason, we're on the bottom side of the map, and oh, okay. That was when Lemon died, I think, after we pushed bot. And then, so it was a 4v5, and they just rushed to Baron and just started it. And they had a very fast Baron team. They have an 80 carry, a Kha'Zix jungle, and a Shyvana, which are basically the 3 fastest Baroners. Well, I mean, I guess some champs are faster, but they're extremely fast. And they just rushed it. I tried ulting in because we kind of hesitated in the game. I think that comes with us being tired. Usually we're a lot more decisive. And I didn't know if I wanted to ult right away. And by the time I ulted, it was already gone. And I just ulted into 5 people who had Baron, and I died again. So we made a lot of bad plays, I'd say. And then the second Baron, they were just stronger than us. From the inhib being down, Cruiser just farmed it up. And actually, if you farm super creeps, you get really ahead in experience because they give extra XP, I think. And we can't really farm the lane because it's always shoving in. So we were all down a level or 2 on them. And I don't know. The game was too hard.
Well, tomorrow you guys play against CLG. I asked Aframo yesterday, okay, if you guys are going to drop a game this week, who's it going to be? And he said to Cloud9. And they dropped a game to TSM. Obviously, in that situation, I think it means that he thought that you guys are the harder opponent than TSM. Do you think that you guys have an easy path with them tomorrow?
I don't think we have an easy path with CLG. They've been looking great lately, and we haven't always been looking great. Some games I think we play really well, and other games we don't. So I think it's just whoever shows up with their A game tomorrow will probably win.
Now, speaking of you guys playing a couple games in the future, you guys will be actually headed to Poland to represent North America. I'm sure you guys, as Hai told me yesterday, have been really focusing on Super Week. But have you personally given any thought to IEM just in a couple days even?
I really have not thought about it at all. This Super Week's been extremely difficult for us, and we've done well so far, but it's really come down to all the preparation we put into it. And we're going to Poland directly after we play on Sunday. We're just packing our bags, coming to LCS, heading off to Poland directly from the studio. And then I think we're doing a boot camp in Warsaw, and we're going to play against European teams. And we're going to spend all of next week basically preparing for IEM and hopefully represent North America well.
Now, I have to ask you, for Super Week, you guys have obviously the 4 games, pretty exhausting, but it is kind of like a grinder to skill you up. Do you think that it is going to be advantageous that you had like the Super Week before you go over there, or would you rather have had like the normal week?
I don't think it makes too much of a difference. I guess it'll help a little bit because we've been practicing so hard already that we're already still, warm when we go into IEM. But I think this whole next week of boot camping in Warsaw will be a lot that determines how well we do.
Now, I'll let you run because I know you're tired, but I do want to know, I saw yesterday Hai's like, hey, Kassadin is underpowered. He has a 0% win rate in the LCS because he lost yesterday. Is that what allowed Kassadin to get through today and you guys to play him?
Well, Dig didn't ban him at all yesterday, so we were pretty sure we would get Kassadin unless they wanted it for first pick. And so we sort of went into the game with a strategy to deal with Cassidy and also to play him. And I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of Cassidy. We might play him if he's up. I don't really want to give away our strategies, but that game seemed like a decent one for Cassidy. And it was, I don't know. He's a really difficult champion. He's hard to play against and hard to play with. So he's kind of like Nunu last split. Yeah, not a fan.
You have any shout-outs, plugs, anything you want to say at the end of the interview?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all of the fans who watched and the ones who came out to the studio. I'd like to thank my sponsors, which are HyperX, Logitech, Alienware, Homejoy, Law Class, and Crunchyroll. Got them. And everyone watching this.
Thank you so much for the interview. Hopefully you can get some rest before the CLG game tomorrow. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of the LCS and more at ongamers.com.